Greetings! I have made a Lego. Look at there. I decided instead of two little pillow blocks, which are going to be kind of hard to line up exactly right on both ends, I would make one. However, everything came out perfectly except all my holes are askew. I center punched, I used a scribe, measured it off perfectly, center punched all my holes perfectly, but my Ryobi piece of crap drill press with run out in the chuck that cannot be fixed. You have to buy a new one. And this crappy drill press vise with no X and Y control sold me out. So anyway, I now know I can do this. I have to figure out a way to do that. I have to do that more accurately. Everything came out really nice. I figured out, see, very nice. Focus. Look at this. That rod is a little bit loose. The rod that I made, this one, fits on it a little bit better, but it's not as long, so I can't test it as much. But the up and down motion is pretty good. If I put a little, here's what I'm planning to do. I didn't have this planned out, so it's gonna go like crap until I find all my stuff. I moved everything around. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? There they are. I have two of my homemade nickel silver feet, and this will be silver soldered, like about sort of like this and like this, sort of. And those will be soft soldered to the piston casings right on the one where the mark is and the one above it. That's where that'll live. That'll allow this rod to engage with the valve and go straight up and down so that this section cannot do that. Or this, or the middle elbow can't swing back and forth like a bell clapper. That's what happens on long linkages. They just get out of hand. So this is what I've been building. This is the second try. It's much better. And I'm going to make a third try. What I'm really tickled with is that my two blocks came out so smooth and so square. I used my Proxxon mini miter saw, the German thing, and it came out great. So let me try to take this apart. I don't think I can do this. Hang on just a second. Let me put you down. Let me loosen all these. And you can see the amount of work that went into this. Anyway, so I'm going to make another one of these later. The only reason I don't like this, other than the off-centered screw heads, which just look really stupid, is that the rod, the long hole drilled through the middle, it's centered right to left, but it is slightly downhill on one side. If you know what I mean. It digs further into one half than it does the other at one end, and at the other end, it is centered. So it went in a little crooked. That's partly my drill press. I mean, I had this thing on the vise with a nice welding square, very small, precise little all-metal welding square from Germany that I love, and it did a good job. My Proxxon also did a good job. Okay, I just broke these open. There, now, this is what I made today. There's your clearance side, and there's your threaded side. And there's the feet, there's the screws, there's the rod, focus, that will eventually get put on all this. And that's it. That's it for today. I think this will work, but it's, like I said, let me see if I can get these closed back up. See that hole, that's pretty well centered. And this one is not. It's centered right to left, but not up and down. And that is disappointing. But with my crooked screw holes, it's just added incentive to, you know, do it again and do it correctly. So I'm happy with that. I learned a lot today and got a lot of stuff done, and I can figure out a more precise way to do everything. But I have to keep doing these in little evolutions as I learn, because I've never made anything this complicated before. And like I said, don't laugh at me, please. I don't have a lathe or a mill or anything like that. I just got a cheap Chinese drill press and a lot of cheap, crappy tools. I have good, you know, good tools, but the ones that I need for this project are not. And I'll save up. Maybe at Christmas I'll get better ones. Like I said, I've got a lathe that I'm almost positive I'm going to get in December. The mill won't be far behind because it's not that much more expensive. Anyway, so that's what I've been doing today. It'll go on my carafe at some point, and I will be a happy boy. Adios.